Right, sorry guys, I was trying to troubleshoot. You know when you use YouTube, we just every time you want to go back to normal lives, it's a whole like it's a whole madness. You have to go through all these changing of this and changing of that. I've already wasted enough time. Yeah, this is my recommended read. Yeah, since that is right in reach, and I've been speaking about it for the past couple of days. Yeah, Terra Infinita. The writing might be reversed on your screen. Terra Infinita, the third book out of the navigator who crossed the ice wall, William Morris, 1952. This is the third book. I've not even started it yet because my mind's all over the place. So I'm gonna wait till I'm in a more settled um, time, and then I'm gonna start it. Yeah. Shout out to all the guys who's joined in. I've just locked it on YouTube. So if we get cut here, at least I can end it properly on YouTube. I wanted to speak about the fact that all of us have been here before. Every one of us have been here on the planet before in a former life, which means every one of you, like me, is somebody in history. We've walked before, and our job is to remember who the fuck we are. And we ain't been remembering who we are because they chop down all our trees that keep all of our past life memories and stuff. All them massive avatar trees that we had that they chopped up and told us they're just mountains and shit by leaving the stumps. Those trees carried our like our lifetime of incarnations. There's like files on them trees and stuff, yeah. Before I get into it, I'm gonna say who panetu menenu chayu kawunda lulbiku. He the DT Anu Elioinel Lionel, nothing exists except by way of Anu Elioinel Lionel. And we're just gonna jump in because IG's timing us. So I don't like to waste too much time because then it just becomes impossible to get through the notes. Okay? Bear with me. Right, so first and foremost, we should all know we are our ancestors reborn. When I say I am my ancestors reborn, I mean that literally. I'm not just saying it because I might as well focus on this camera because there's more people viewing on this than the YouTube. When I say that, I'm not just saying it to use a cliche term to sound like one of these people that always want to just talk about ancestors and shit very vaguely without knowing the ancestors' name or what the ancestors were about. I'm not one of them people, yeah? When I say I am my ancestors reborn, I mean it literally. I am an ancestor reborn in this body, having an experience this time called Sanchez Alizampaladas. And so are you guys. Some of you will be new souls. Not everybody is a reborn ancestor or someone in history. But generally speaking, us lot who's drawn to this type of information and what's going on in the world with the cabal and the reptilians and Illuminati, we've been here before. We signed up for this shit as defenders of the earth. I'm going to break it down for you. Let me put this down till I warm up because it's distracting me, man. Yeah, and we'll speak about Balenciaga briefly after, but this is about who are you in history? We are our ancestors reborn, right? So earlier on my TZT page, we posted an image, shout out to Sarah Stop and Stare, the image she pointed me to of a statue in Oxford University with a reptilian kneeling down behind the statue. So you can see that the reptilian has got an attachment to this human who's kneeling in front of the reptilian who's behind. You know what I'm talking about, right? So we were speaking about karma and how these reptilians attach to the loosh, to the plasma that bleeds off of us as beings. Just like we bleed blood, we bleed plasma, right? So I want to say, before it got to us leaking out this loosh, they had to change the way the earth operates because, like I said on a previous live, at first, these reptilians, they couldn't feed off our energy force. Our energy force was vibrating too fast, too high, it was too powerful. They can't eat 9 EVA vibration. They have to have a really dense, low, negative vibration, which is 6 EVA spirit force. That's what they feed off. They eat the energy. They feed off the energy. So what they did is influence a big karma on earth. Humans never used to be tied into the karma wheel. Right now, most humans have a big karma on them from past lives and from this life. There's a big karma on a lot of us. We're trapped on the karma wheel. So we keep repeating the same old mistakes in different incarnations, in different lives. and we're just trapped in this cycle, what we call the Saturn Moon matrix, right? Um, so what I wanted to say, it was the reptilians who came down here with Enlil, working with Enlil, and got us to start creating karma for ourselves and dying with karma so that they could recycle us and bringing our vibration lower and lower and lower from the heights it was when we was in our former glory. If you want to talk about Egypt or even closer in Tartaria and stuff, they had to bring the vibration back down. Yeah. And when they did that, it's recorded in the Bible as one of the resets. You go to the Babel incident with the Tower of Babel. This is Yahweh and Enlil. Enlil in the Sumerian tablets, Yahweh in the Bible, same deity. And what they did is dumb down humans to the point where we could only live for 120 years after that. Our lifespan of 7,000 years, if they dwindled it and dwindled it and dwindled it down to where it is now with 120 years. And that happened at Babel. When the humans tried to elevate to the heights and go into the realm of the gods at Babel, Yahweh or Enlil was so pissed at this that he says, make sure these humans don't live till past 120. So you can find it recorded in your Bible in Genesis 6 verse 3, when God, Yahweh, says, and man shall not, my spirit's not always going to be with man, and he's not going to live past 120. They've now found, you can check Billy Carson for this, scientists have found out by looking at the genetic chromosome 2 specifically, and the 2 telomeres attached to every one of our cells, that the maximum span that most of us humans will reach is 120. It's in the DNA, it's in the genes. So it's not just a myth no more, or a piece of the Bible or a Sumerian tablet. It's fucking science. It's confirmed. You understand? So all this, them dumbing us down and bringing down our vibration to the point where they can now feed on us, they had to do it by karma, meaning influence evil, influence greed, influence hate, influence covetousness, all these deadly sins that we hear about in the Bible and we hear about in Ma'at, negligence and what else? Arrogance, and it scaled and scaled and scaled, I should say down, not up, to the point where our vibration's so dead, we can have a world like what we have today with just war, starving, viruses, racism, sexism. You know what I'm saying? They had to create the conditions for all these isms first. Okay? So once they created this heavy karma, most humans today are walking around with karma leaking off them in the form of loosh or in the form of plasmic blood. The plasma bleeds off us. So now it's a field day for these demons down here. There's so much negative energy leaking out of people, bad-minded about somebody else, or somebody's pulling something, a wool over someone's eyes, or someone's raping someone, or some little youth's getting abused. There's so much karma now. It's like a fucking banquet down here. Don't worry, I'm going to get back to the point of who we are in history. I need to give you this first, yeah? So the origin of humanity is, I know some of y'all don't believe in stars and stuff because this flat earth shit done gone out of order and stuff. So the truth with the falsehood is just blurred. But anyway, I'm just go ahead and spit it. Y'all can filter out what I'm saying, yeah? So the origin of humanity in the stars is in Lyra, or in Iluin, in our ancestral teaching. Iluin is called Lyra in the UFO community today. Most Mzungu, they're not going to say Iluin. They're going to say Lyra, but they're talking about the same new heaven. This is the new heaven that was built by Anu or El, yeah, and then attacked by Tarnish and the reptilians, to the point where the Anunnaki had to leave that constellation or that high realm, what you call it, what is called in the Bible, Uranus or Orion. And that's from the Latin word. Uranus is Latin. They took that Latin word, they translated that from the Aramaic word, Hebrew word, which is Kisil, yeah? And Kisil and Uranus today translate into English as Orion. So when the Bible is telling you about heaven and the new heaven, it's talking about Orion, Uranus in Latin, or Kisil in Hebrew, and it's talking about Lyra, which is behind Orion, which is the new heaven. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these reptilians, we've spoke about this before in the reptilian life, they attacked the new heaven, what Anu had built, Lyra. Do you understand what I'm saying? They caused such a destruction there that the Anunnaki were dying from the same thing that's going on here with the ozone layer with a hole in it, and we get UV rays and it causes a kind of global warming and shit. The same thing happened on the Anunnaki's planets, but they got 3 suns. So their shit was happening like 3 times as fast as it was here, at least, maybe even 10 times faster, because their suns are massive. So they was instructed by their gods, because they're not the gods on their planet. They have etheric beings over them, who are called Etherians. And then over the Etherians, you have what you call Iluls, beings that are just pure ether, and they don't personify. Yeah. So the higher beings told them, y'all got to leave this planet. And y'all got to become a diaspora species and go off in the cosmos and find a new home. And while you're at it, in your temporary home, you need the element gold, because you can use it to fucking fix the planet, to make a long story short. I'm not trying to dwell, yeah? So these dragons, who were led by Mother Hubbard, she created them. That's the sister of the previous Anu, whose name is Ansha, yeah? The previous Anu's sister was the chief scientist, and she created these bird beings and insect beings and reptilians, and she had an evil agenda to take her brother off the throne. So she created these reptilians, and she perfected them into humanoid reptilians. So they don't look like reptiles no more, like the average reptiles we see when we're watching these UFO videos. We're going to see lizard-looking reptilians and stuff. They're real too. There's over 600 species of these guys. Some of them got wings, some of them got horns on, some of them are hybrid with human or Aldebaran, shapeshift, all of that shit there, yeah? We know about that, yeah? But then she made some black people reptilians that look like me and you. The only things, they got pointy ears, and they got a willow's peak here, like the hair dips and comes in a willow's peak. Pointy chins, high cheekbones, just like the Vulcans on Star Trek. The only thing is that they're black, they're menelated like me and you. They call Vulcans, or they call Enlilites. That's the royal house of the reptilians. They want you to think that the reptilians, the royal house, is the lizard-looking ones. Nah, mate, they're the soldiers. The royal house look like me and you, near enough like me and you. Like, they're the fucking, where you get, enough people don't believe in the devil. The devil is real. The devil is number 3 of the order when we're talking about these reptilians. His great-grandfather is called Tagut. If you research the Quran, they told you about the real old evil. If you go into Revelation 12:7-9, it talks to you about the second in charge, who's Tarnus, who's the devil's dad, or who you call Humbaba. Yeah, Tarnus, yeah. He's the one who attacked Risk. Yeah, he was second. When he's called the old serpent in Revelation 12:7-9. The old serpent, that means there's a new one. The new one is his son, who's a hybrid, who's half Anunnaki Riskian and half of them Vulcan. You understand what I'm saying? One of the most brilliant personalities in over 600,000 or 800,000 of his own kind. This is a brilliant dude, but deceptive. So he's number 3. He's who we call him Lucifer, or who we call him Satan. That's why if you notice, they never call him King of Darkness. They call him the Prince, because he's not number 1 of his order. Yeah, they hint at this in the Quran, and they hint at this in the Quran with Tagut, when they're talking about Tagut. And the Sumerian tablets tell you about his father, like Humbaba, Tarnush, or Zuen. Yeah, but there was 3 in his order. The devil now is running the new Galactic Republic. That was the old Galactic Republic in Revelation 12:7-9. So they're created by Mother Hubbard, yeah? And while Tarnish was attacking the new heaven, he was going around different constellations and killing Riskians and killing other beings, and also raping and mixing himself with other beings. So Tarnish came across a Riskian virgin called Myleta, and he raped her. So when you're dealing with this Satan character, his mum is a fucking Riskian. Yeah, a good one at that. And his dad is Tarnus. So when he came on the scene now, this devil, they don't even know how to take him, whether he's going to be like his mum or he's going to be like his dad. He's unpredictable. You understand? And that's why at a certain point, when Murdoch is called Michael in the Bible, and Michael and them took him into the Nibiru, they ended up having to kick man off the Nibiru, like, bastard, this you here, we can't take the evil out of him. He's worse than his fucking dad. Anyway, let me go on. So he's like the old race, yeah, like Enki, where they're spliced with different, they're not full reptilian, and they don't look like reptiles. They look like fucking humans like me and you with black skin, melanin. You understand what I'm saying? And they're part of the old race. Not all of them are black. There's old race reptilians who personify as Caucasians and stuff, like David Icke. Like I keep telling people, that's a nigga from the old race. He is one of them. And that's why he's so privy to tell you what the fuck is going on. Because he's with Hatton and them. That means he's on the good side that turned against his own and started fighting against these archons and shit. And he's doing a great job, if you ask me. And I'm not just saying that because he comes from Leicester. Okay, so we got the old Galactic Republic and the new Galactic Republic, run by Alpha Draconians under Mother Hubbard. Okay, uh, and we defeated Thanos, that old serpent, like Revelation 12:7-9 tells you. This dragon, he uses the word dragon and still uses the word angels with dragon. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. So these reptilians, these Alpha Draconians, they're also angelic beings or Anunnakis. You understand what I'm saying? This is what the Bible is trying to show you. Just the same as you're talking about these Elohims, these fucking Michael and them. It's the same thing, angels and demons. It's just different agendas. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's Pleiadians, Greys, Riskians, Arcturans, insectoids, ant beings, bird fucking beings, tree beings, all of these beings. You understand what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. When that war was going on, when the ancient war started 66 billion years ago, some of us chose to become the defenders of this realm against the reptilians until we could return here for a final battle. Yeah, I'm going to explain this for you because this is where it gets interesting. It gets real tasty here because we know, or we should know as a people, that it came to a point when Anu ruled, okay, you can't interfere. If you're a higher race of beings, you can't go down to a lower race of beings. Let's say you're in the 6th dimension and you got the technology to come down to 4th and 3rd dimension. You can't fuck around with nothing in the 5th or the 4th or the 3rd dimension if you're from the 6th. You got to have strict permission from Anu and them. You got to have a fucking passport to travel timelines and shit like that. You can't just do what you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these reptilians, that's what they were doing. They were just doing what the fuck they want. There's no order in what they're doing. It's just a whole chaos. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when that happened, when Anu said at a certain point, and that was later, it wasn't like that in the start, but later after all the madness with Earth and humans, Anu was like, no one's allowed to interfere with humans. They got to take their own shit responsibility. It's about them. Yeah. They have to be responsible for their thoughts and their actions and reach a certain maturity where they're worthy of being able to ascend. So our planet was put in a quarantine when that happened. Do you understand? And so the wise Anunnaki, like Enki and them, they developed technology where they said, okay, so we can't interfere from outside, but what about inside? If we can make avatars and incarnate into them and live as humans on Earth, that's the only way we can interfere. So half of y'all are looking for Anunnakis to float out the skies and fucking float out the clouds and all of this mystical shit, when really it's in your own DNA. These Anunnakis are returning through me and you. They have to work and influence from the inside. They can't just jump in here and jump from realm to realm and be fucking about like these Yawihan Anunnaki. Because that's breaking galactic law. You understand what I'm saying? They got to make sure they're not breaking the law. So the new technology now is me and you. They can make avatars, humans, and incarnate into these humans time and time again. They can make the same body. Like 500 years ago, I could have been in the exact same body. And now I need it again. I've manifested this avatar again because I've got a mission on Earth again. Or they could be using different bodies. They could have a body that looks totally different than what I look like now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me go further. I know these niggas is timing me. So yeah, when that happened, some of us became volunteers for this realm. The ones of us that came volunteers for this realm that are manifesting now, especially the children manifesting now, they're the pure souls. They had to send new pure souls because, like I said earlier, most of the humans was already trapped on the karma wheel. So in order to bust us out of this karmic fucking trap that these reptilians have made and been running on various different planets in various different worlds, yeah, we now have to send pure souls who are untouched by the karma wheel. They're not trapped on the karma wheel. They've not tied themselves to karma and become caught up in the Saturn moon matrix. These are pure souls. So there's an influx of pure souls now being sent to Earth. This is what we're seeing in the children. Like if you go on Wanda's page, when she says her son says, yo, I'm not even human. I'm an alien. Yeah. And she says, yo, where are you from? He says, yo, I'm from the baby star. What he means is he's from Lyra. He's from Ilion. Like I told you, that's the new heaven. It's not old. Like Earth, our constellation is older than heaven. People think heaven been running from way back when and shit like that because of what the Bible and Quran and Christianity and Islam has done to our brain. We've got this fantasy, but heaven just means wherever they're dwelling at a certain point, yeah, in the cosmos, yeah, that's heaven because that's where the fucking gods are. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and it is also a mind state, but we're dealing with levels here because there's levels to this shit. Okay, so we took refuge in different constellations after our home constellation Lyra became damaged. Many of us became diaspora species. We went to the Pleiades, Andromeda, Arcturus, Zeta Reticuli, Tau Ceti. Yo, so when you hear about Pleiades, we was in Pleiades before them tall whites was in Pleiades. When you hear Pleiadian now, you think about blue-haired, blonde-eyed, tall whites. But they're not Pleiadians, they're Aldebarans. When their star died, they moved to the Pleiadians. They took over the Pleiades, and now they become known as Pleiadians. But there's other beings that was there and was known as Pleiadians before they was there. Do you understand? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And not just us as Riskians. A lot of different species became diaspora species. This is the whole reason why Nibiru had to be built as an artificial world, that certain species could live on that world until a new world was found for them or built for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? By the Most High Anu. Okay? So, yeah, what I'm saying is they had to send pure souls, volunteers, like you see that video when the little girl saying, yo, I went to Earth and I was a volunteer and a rare. We're talking along the same lines here. These are the volunteers that are the pure souls that have to be sent into the Earth so they can raise the vibration. Otherwise, if it's not pure souls, they're going to get caught up in the same karma wheel. You understand what I'm saying? These souls that are being sent now don't have that karma. Yeah. So incarnations on Earth, yeah, I've had 9. This is my 9th time on Earth. Yeah. This is my final incarnation, my last cycle. Yeah. I've tracked 5 past lives. I've got 4 to discover. And I'm going to tell you what my past lives are. And I don't care how crazy it sounds. You can go and, for your own self, do your own study of these things, what I'm telling you, so that you can find yourself and who you are in history. But I'm going to give you the 5 characters who already came to Earth before as to why I hold the information that I hold. And many of you will find yourself bastard. I was this character in history. I was here before. Yeah. And some of you won't. You won't find it. But some of you will. Yeah. So hold on. Where am I? Yeah. And I'm not going to do it in order. I'll tell you who the first incarnation was after I've got through these 5. Yeah. So the first is Jedefre, who is the son of Khufu, or Aket Khufu, the pharaoh Khufu. And when I came on this earth as Jedefre, I fell out with my father Khufu. I didn't agree with how he ran the kingdom. Why didn't I agree with how he ran the kingdom? Because he agreed to let Phoenicians, Canaanites come in and run the kingdom. And I didn't agree with that. Even though as Khufu, my dad, was a Phoenician himself. A lot of people don't know that. They think he was just like a Nubian, Tarseti, nah, nigga, the nigga was a Phoenician, a Canaanite. And when the 4th dynasty came in, Canaanite Phoenicians took over and ran Egypt. And the original Kushites lost Egypt. And the Phoenicians, from my dad Khufu did that, Cheops, the rule of the Phoenicians lasted until Alexander the fucking Greek. He came and moved them out of power. And then the Muzungu took Egypt from the Phoenicians. But the Phoenicians, even though they're black, they already took that fucking shit from us. And it started with my father Khufu. Why? Because one of my brothers, Rahotep, he decided to marry a white woman. He married a Hyksos. And when he married a Hyksos, the law in the land at that time from the Kushites was, yo, if you don't have black skin and brown eyes and woolly hair, you can't fucking live here. We don't want your ass here. You understand? So they kicked Rahotep, my brother, out of the country with his wife. Yeah. And then Khufu, my dad, changed the fucking law because he felt sorry for my brother. So he let Rahotep back in the country. But Rahotep came with his wife and about 10,000 fucking Hyksos. So it forever changed Egypt after that. It changed the demographics of how Egypt is run and the society, because now you can have any old cunt coming and living in Egypt. It's not the same pure Ganawa no more. It's not the Garden of Paradise no more. So because I fell out with him, even though I was older than Khafre, yeah, my pyramid wasn't built on the Giza Plateau. I built my pyramid 6 miles to the fucking north in Abu Rawas out of black granite. The Arabs later destroyed that shit. That's why you don't see it. And because of how I felt, the fallout that I had with my father, they tried to scrub my name out of history, kind of like Akhenaten. So there's only a few places that you can still find Pharaoh Jedefre's cartouche and his name inscribed. And when you get treasures in the sun, if you don't already have it, we'll expose where you find that name. Second, after Jedefre, son of Khufu, yeah, grandson of Sneferu, yeah. The second incarnation that I had was Amenhotep III, Memnon, and that's why I use both of them two names, Jedefre, Memnon. As Memnon, I was supposed to bring Egypt into a golden age and take them out of superstition step by step. I would say I did an all right job, but I got carried away with pomp and hero and all of that shit. And I lost my life at 42 years old. I'm 42 now on the battlefields of Troy, fighting a fucking Mzungu called Achilles. Next, the other incarnation after Amenhotep III, which is 1390 to 1352 BC. The other incarnation, you probably never heard of him before. His name was Ergamenes or Arkamani, and this was a Nubian king. And when I say Nubian king, this is way after Egypt fell. So now we're talking around 300 BC, around them times there, yeah? 300 BC, closer to this side of the mirror. But around 300 BC, there was a king. His real name was Arkamani. The Greeks didn't like the pronunciation of that. They must have twisted their tongue up. So they pronounced it Ergamenes. So Ergamenes Arkamani, when I came into Earth as Ergamenes Arkamani, it was a time when Kemet was conquered. The Phoenicians, the fucking Hellenics, the Romans, everybody took over fucking Egypt. So Egypt, the culture was diluted. And what was passing for Egyptian in Egypt, to me, that wasn't Egyptian. So because us as Kushites at that time in Meroe, everything for us was Egyptian. We was writing in Egyptian, speaking in Egyptian, dressing in Egyptian fashion and all that shit. So I incarnated as King Ergamenes Arkamani, and I changed that shit. I told them niggas in Nubia, this is some Greek shit. So we ain't gonna speak Egyptian no more. We're gonna speak our own shit. Meroitic. We're gonna have our own fucking language. We're gonna have our own dress. We're gonna have our own culture separate from Kemet, because Kemet ain't Kemet no more. Kemet is a Greek boy thing. So Arkamani separated all of the customs of fucking Hellenic, washed out Egypt, and stopped doing them in Meroe. That's when shit changed. Do you understand what I'm saying? And also, he empowered the Kendakes for them to come on the fucking suit and change the customs so that the woman could be the absolute fucking ruler too. He had a big hand in that. So Arkamani, one of the things he did, he pulled up at one of these fucking Egyptian temples with all their Greek fucking Serapis statues and shit. I killed all the fucking priests, yeah, and smashed up all the fucking statues and replaced them motherfuckers, yeah. So I came down as Arkamani before. After Arkamani, I came as somebody, you should know this name. You probably don't know the facts about him, and it's gonna sound crazy. But the next time I came on Earth, my name was Socrates, nigga. And that's why in Treasures in the Sun, I fucking made sure you have a picture of him in there. So you can say, okay, Socrates, and scrutinize the dude. I was Socrates, and when I came to Greece, because when you incarnate, you can continue the mission you had before, or you can totally be on a new mission. If you feel like you didn't do a good job, you can come back to do a better job of what you were doing. When I came as Socrates, my whole reason, because a lot of people don't know, a lot of these Greek philosophers weren't white people. They was us coming from the Nile Valley and Babylon and the Indus Valley and shit to try and up the fucking consciousness in that region. So I was a Nilotic Egyptian who traveled into mainland Greece and started my own school. So before the Lyceum of Plato and before the the Academy of Plato, I founded what's called the Lyceum. And that was a place where people come to build. We call it build. People come to like debate, or philosophers and shit. We call it building today, yeah? It was more a place to build. And my Lyceum became so powerful of me doing this, talking to people, and especially the youths, that it started influencing the youths, and they started distancing themselves from Greek society. So because that happened now, they killed me. And I died at 56 years old. They killed a nigga. They chopped my fucking head off. You understand? So that's why I have a certain chip on my shoulder now about teaching people and saying what I'm saying. Because I'm not finished. I'm just giving you my journey as a soul. You understand? And if you guys do the work, the shadow work, you'll probably find out you've had past lives here too. That's why you're still watching this life. Yeah? So Socrates, yeah? There's a picture of him in Treasures in the Sun, yeah? After Socrates, Yeah, I shouldn't say after. I should say the first incarnation I had, my name was San. That's why I chose to call myself Sanchez in this incarnation. Because if you study who was San, San was the assistant of Tahuti. And he wasn't only the assistant of Tahuti, he was Tahuti's brother, also called Ningizida. So if you go into the Sumerian tablets, you'll know me as Ningizida, who helped my brother Murdoch, or Tahuti, if you want to use the Egyptian, to make the formulas and to record all of the fucking history and timeline and the story of us, not only on Earth, but in the stars. Let me go on anyway, because I don't like to talk about myself and I know I sound crazy. So as I said, that's my, I've given you 5 incarnations of me, myself, coming on this earth. Yeah. This is the 6th incarnation of me as Sanchez. Yeah. So there's 3 more that are even unknown to me that I'm still trying to find out. Bastard, what were them 3 incarnations? I suspect there was between the 12th century and the 18th century, this side. I don't think it's no ancient shit. I believe there was shit going on with the slave riots, with slavery in the Caribbean, Arab fucking slave trade, whatever. I was there. And that's why you keep seeing me say, I was there, which is here, because I remember my past life. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Where am I? Let's go. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, this is my final incarnation. I was born on December the 18th, 1980. 18th, 1 and 8 is 9. 19, there's a 9. And then there's 1 left from the 19 and 80, 8 and 0. So you've got 9, 9, 9. That's my number. Do you understand? That means I'm a volunteer. That's why I've come here. That's why my numbers align and divide down to 9 with no remainder. Just 999. You can do the same with Dr. York's birthday. If you put 26th of June, 1945, add up the numbers, you get 999. I'm not trying to sound not trying to blow my own trumpet. I'm just giving you the facts of this shit. Let me go on anyway. Yeah. So my ancestors don't play about me. What do I mean by that? You listen. People can put their self in danger fucking with me. If they got bad intentions for me, my ancestors got bad intentions for you, and they are my hitters. And so they don't allow people to play with me. They don't allow the system to play with me. They don't allow certain forces to play with me. I'm protected because I walk around as an elect. And I say that with the full knowledge that the Most High is looking down on me now, and I have an army of elementals, of ancestors who volunteered. Yo, I'm rolling with my man because of his mission. I'm gonna attach myself to him to help him get this mission done, to protect him from the forces that don't want him to have this mission done. Of the strength of how massive this mission is, to come and put all these books down for an apathetic world, they have to be like close to me, watching me. They change God night and day. The ancestors I have around me in the daytime, 500 of them, they change shift at sunset and they go back, and then the other 500 come and watch over the fucking night. How about that? When I'm pushing my pen, there's 1,000 ancestors behind my pen. That's why I keep saying that TZT, my pen is undefeated. It's not a joke thing. I wield that shit like a sword. I'm killing demons out here every time I push one of these lines in my book, or I'm doing one of these lives. I'm at war. We're having war. I'm fighting wars with these demons every fucking night. Most of you can't see it. Some of you will see it. But I fight wars constantly. It's no part-time thing for me here. There's no days off. There's no time off. None of that shit. This is my full-time job. You understand? Yeah. So my ancestors don't play about me based on the importance of my mission. This shit's different. Yeah. And this time I was sent ahead of the wave. See, I'll put it like this. You see the children being born now with gifts. I'm one of them. Well, I don't know if I chose or if I was sent ahead of the wave. Yeah. All these children being born now, I had to come before them. Yeah. So that when they reach their age of when they need to be activated, somebody's here, an elder, who can help them remember themselves, who can say certain things that's going to trigger them, that's going to open their DNA code, who can show them certain things, who can write down certain things for them. Yeah, because the system's going to attack them. It's not going to be all peaches and cream. Oh yeah, these are golden children. They're going to have it easy and they're just going to, watch X-Men and shit, man. The government's trying to kill them in hospital. They trying to jab them straight away. As soon as they come out the fucking womb, they looking for these golden children, man. They looking for archangels. They trying to kill a nigga. Do you understand? They trying to put that baby out of commission. So they need helpers here. They ain't just gonna come here. Some of them won't remember. Some of them won't even remember. Yo, you're a golden child. You fucking failed. You might have to incarnate again. You ain't making it on this timeline. Nigga, it's not a fucking fantasy thing. It's not a bed of roses. It's not love and light. This shit is depression. This shit is pain. This shit is fucking soul destroying. Yeah? We've been lied to about everything. Spirituality is not flower power and love and light. This shit is darkness, man. This shit is confronting your own fucking demons and being honest to yourself and breaking down in fucking tears and being alone. You understand? And putting you under the fucking scope. Yeah? And a lot of us don't do that. We just want to talk about spirituality like it's all about flower power. Everybody's on social media talking about how good, how empowering spirituality is. And it is, but only if you've done the fucking shadow work. Otherwise, you're on a joke thing. And most people I can see, it's a fucking joke thing. It's a competition about popularity, who can post the best meme, or who was first to crack this. None of that shit matters, man. What matters is what you're taking from these words that I'm fucking giving you. That's the only thing that matters. And that's why they come down on me so hard, because they know you niggas. I rate you. Because y'all are taking this shit. Y'all are listening and even if it's 5 of you, y'all take this shit and bastard, they can see what it does to you. They're like, bastard, we got to shut him down. Imagine if he was speaking to like 50,000 people like this, or one of them started speaking to 50,000 people like this or whatever. Yo, man, pay attention. Do you get me? My ancestors don't play about me. This time I was sent ahead of the wave to become the elder for this crop of golden children. They're here, man. They're all over the planet right now. Golden children, and they know who they are, most of them. Yeah, some of them will forget who they are. They'll go to school, and school will make them forget. Society will make them forget. All type of shit that's geared at making us forget will make them forget, and they will forget. And they will need people like me, elders, to look up to and say, bastard, this elder knows what he's talking about. I might save one of them. You understand? We ain't got that now. We can't look up and say, yo, which elder is fucking, can I turn? Most of our elders is on fuckery. Most of our elders is in church or in the fucking mosque or on some joke thing. Forget religion, on some, yo, chase gal or fucking roadman trap thing or some dumb shit. You understand? Just like these rappers, most of these rappers are like 14-year-olds in grown men's bodies. So they just act like kids. Oh, cars, toys, women, like they never grow up. Little baby, little this, little that. They're not even allowed to be men. Yeah, the only thing they do are, this guy bought a house today, this guy bought a car today, this guy cheated on his girlfriend. No fucking common sense. Yeah? I was sent ahead of this crop to become the elder, their guide, to help them remember who they are before the world makes them forget and tells them that they're some fucker else. Yeah? And they will be neglected because enough of us won't know what to fucking tell them. We won't have answers for some of our children. Ask us some shit and you'll be baffled, bastard. Nigga, how you asking me this? You like 4 years old. You have to prepare yourself with information and applying that information, because it's all good saying you're God this and God that and posting memes about a God, but are you really? Do you really self-activate? Do you really self-program? Because from what I see, and I'm not going to call names, I can see a lot of people, it's just on their mouth, man. These niggas, they follow the media. Their attention goes where the media points and shit, man. But they out here telling themselves they woke and telling themselves they, yo. I'm boiling down to a big drop, yeah? So a lot of these golden children would be taught to neglect themselves and buy into this false-ass matrix and the culture of death. Not all of them that come here are successful, yeah? Most that come here have a fucking hard time. Some lose their fucking life. At first, all of us was losing our life when we first chose to volunteer to come here. Them niggas will hang you and throw you in the fire and lynch you or whatever. Now it's different, but it's still fucked up. Yeah? Enough of us lose ourselves when we come here. It's like angels when they talk about fallen angels. Them fallen angels densified. They became human through sex, through lust, through greed, through sensuousness, and they are not vibrating on that frequency no more. They fucking flesh like a human. It's the same with the golden children. They come here on a high vibration. If they eating the wrong foods, eating bear blood or eating pig or just in the wrong, yo, what's the golden child, Eddie Murphy? You can see the youth man can't eat certain things, or see power will go, he'll fuck up. And this is what this world does to us. From the time they put us in hell, which is called school, is to fuck you up, to make you forget. You might have been an artist when you were 4. You was into drawing, you was into painting, you was into dance, you was into all this shit. You knew who you was, what you wanted to do, everything. When you come out of school, you're frazzled, like, bastard, I don't even know what the fuck I want to do. Nigga, I just want to go home. You understand? So we can't let these children forget themselves. We have to tell them what their purpose is and remind them if they don't remember. And when they do remember, we have to help them master these gifts that they have, the role, the importance of their missions. These are golden children. I wrote books about this shit to show you guys, and we're not playing. This is not new. You understand what I'm saying? They're golden children. You will hear people like Mentalek calling them the bright race or the Amun beings. Yeah, you will hear young Elder saying it on his galactic classes. Yeah, you'll hear Rod Hayes saying the same, reiterating the same thing. We hear thousands of us. There's 24 masters and thousands of fucking archangels that's here now. Ascended masters, man. Yeah. Yes, as I said, some forget, they fail, they get lost, they become dense. Now let's speak about Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle was the reincarnation of Haile Selassie I the first. And why he reincarnated is because he didn't like the way he left the last time when the people turned on him and killed him and buried him under a fucking toilet seat because they felt like he's a fucking traitor. And a lot of us felt like he was a fucking traitor. You understand? But for whatever reason, he went and put his allegiance with the British and went and sold out the Sudan. Muhammad Ahmed al-Hadi al-Mahdi in 1845, who were fighting the British. It was Haile Selassie who sold out the routes that these Ansarus were taking, fighting these British, and allowed them to be defeated. So he did a lot of things that went against his people. I don't feel like he was evil. I feel like he was weak, and he was pressured into taking the position that he took when he was here as Haile Selassie I the first. So he came fucking back. So all you Rasta niggas supposed to have been worshipping Nipsey Ross Clark Hussle, because that's your fucking Selassie I. And the receipts is, he would tell you, yeah, I'm a direct descendant of Haile Selassie I. And when you reincarnate, you have to reincarnate through your bloodline. You can't just reincarnate through anyone. It's genetically, it has to be in your fucking genetics, so you can come back through one of your great grandchildren. You could come back on Earth in another fucking avatar built from your same bloodline, built from your same DNA. Nipsey Hussle is Haile Selassie I the first, reincarnated to fucking redeem himself for what he did last time. They know who he was, so he was extracted. Just like Tupac was extracted, just like Kobe Bryant was extracted. Most of you only follow the media. So this is going to be most new to most of you. I'm probably going to get asked at some point, how do you know that? How do you know what you know? Where did you find what you know? You understand? I ain't even got no answer for that question because it's just dumb. Like, you understand what I'm saying? How do you not know? That's the fucking question. Yeah, because everything is out there right now. Tupac is a reincarnation. Study the Incas. A couple of their leaders were named Tupac, but a particular one named Tupac Amaru, that's Tupac Amaru Shakur, and he reincarnated to get a certain fucking job done. Because the last time the Mzungu killed the nigga, Spanish killed him. So he came back with a fucking chip on his shoulder with an agenda. And these people I'm calling like Nipsey Hussle, Kobe Bryant, Tupac, these are certain chiefs in their community. They're chiefs of their land. They have to be on the fucking land. So they have to be protected. So when their life becomes threatened, they'll fake their death. Their deaths will be fake for them, yeah, by powers that be, whether it's the NOI or whoever, yeah, they'll take them into protection. Just like the evil ones protect their own, we protect our own. And a lot of you won't get it because you'll fall for all the slander. Oh, Nipsey Hussle's an agent. Nipsey Hussle's CIA. Oh, Tupac is an agent. Tupac CIA. I fell for this shit, nigga. I have to learn too. But you have to be able to say, do you know what? I stand corrected there. You have to be able to correct yourself when you're researching. You ain't always going to be right. You're going to have to dismiss certain shit and replace it with shit that proves itself, that validates itself. If your knowledge ain't growing, you're stagnant. You're dead. You understand what I'm saying? It's supposed to be growing, your knowledge. Yeah? So I'm telling you, people like Michael Jackson, Prince, Nipsey Hussle, Kobe fucking Bryant, Tupac, Bob Marley, these are chiefs. And a lot, I'm not saying all the time, some of them were killed. You understand? But a lot of the time when you say, hold on, how come there's no blood on my man's shirt? This looks a bit weird. That shit weren't an ambulance. Them niggas there weren't police. Nigga, that nigga was extracted. The same when you get to the Tupac thing. Hold on, that car's different from this car. The first car they showed us in the clip, that's a whole different number plate. Yeah, not because it's a Mercedes, it's a different fucking Mercedes. That's not even the same Mercedes they're showing after the crash. And we're so dumb, most of us can't even pick that up. You understand what I'm saying? We're looking at this shit and can't even see it. We believe what this fucking news has told us and that. The fuck? Michael Jackson was an Egyptian performer. He used to perform for the Pharaoh, not in my time, but he used to perform for the Pharaoh, and he became so good at what he was doing because the kid can see sounds. He sees sounds like me and you see each other. So every time he incarnates, he can see sound. So he can dance and sing to the sound because he fucking sees it. So he became one of the best performers in Kemet. So Michael Jackson came with a job to do in music too. Prince the same. These are fucking people who have been here before. A lot of time we think everyone's an evil clone. Like they cloned this guy, they cloned that guy. Nah, nigga, that's us. We fucking cloned us. We chose to reincarnate here. Whitney Houston. Some of them are sacrificed, but many of these deaths are fake. And don't believe nothing I'm saying. Go and use your own discretion because I know this is a sensitive subject and I know how a lot of people will kind of be triggered by what I'm saying. But go and research it. A lot of these people didn't die. Yeah? They was extracted for what's about to happen because they're going to be put back on the fucking land. But we have to reach a certain space first. You can go and confirm this with Rod Hayes, and you can go and confirm what I'm saying with the young elder. I don't really give a fuck about no one else. No disrespect. You get me? They're extracted and protected because the Mzungu would kill them, yeah, to keep us from taking back the land. Because for us to take back the land, it needs the chiefs on the fucking land. Yeah, for this thing to work, it needs the chiefs back on their fucking land. Every one of us is an avatar for a certain god. These gods can't come on this planet and interfere. So how they do it is fucking incarnating. They're showing you in the Avatar movie, good ones and evil ones, but they're both doing it. They're having a war. So as far as they're concerned, this is the new technology. Me and you. I told you before in that live called the Living Library, how human beings, our body and everything is a form of technology that works with electricity. We are technology. So is the earth. So are the trees. So are the animals. So are fucking technology. But we don't get it. So we manifested these avatars. So in a higher realm, you might fuck around and find out you Osiris or something. You are one of the gods and this is your fucking avatar. Some gods have maybe 10, 20 fucking avatars. There's not one way for you to express yourself. So like you see Sekhmet and Hathor, that's the same consciousness. It's expressing itself in two different extremes. One's extremely loving and one's extremely horrible bitch. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the same consciousness. So each one of us have a link to a certain patron deity who is actually driving you. He's a part of that consciousness is driving your fucking avatar. And we don't even know this. We think the human is real. So you tell yourself you're a human. Nigga, I ain't a human. I've got a human. I've got a human, nigga. I can use this human. I'm using it now. But I ain't no fucking human. If you want to be a human, yo, each to their own. Happy human, happy to you. You're a happy slave. I ain't no fucking human. I've got a human, and I'm not a slave to that human. Neither will I allow that human to get in the way of my fucking mission, as a lot of us do. Let me go on. I'm running out of time. The leaders. The authorities know who is who. They try and kill these babies, like I said. I was born with green patches on me, under my arm, on my back, and my own mum, my own mother, my own earth told me, yo, when you was born, you had green patches on you. Because when I found out, bastard, I told my mum, yo, there's certain babies that's born with green patches and shit, and they're gods. Imagine I'm telling my mum this, and she ain't got no expression on her face. She's told me, yeah, but you had green patches all over your shit. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I got a picture in one of these books. It might be what the Min priest would say about sex. I ain't got time to go and grab that shit out, but you can see the little black baby with the uh, blotches of green all over him and shit. And it says in the book how doctors are taught to look for them babies. As soon as they're born, they stick a needle in your fucking pineal gland, yeah, or kill your ass. They don't want you on the planet. They know who the fuck you are. And so them birth certificates and shit, it's not just to make a straw man and shit. It's to track and make sure, yo, bastard, that's Imhotep born again. Yo, fucking put something on that nigga. Yeah? Put an algorithm on him, censor his shit, lock him down. Anything he's got to do is going to be 10 times harder because he's going to have to do it himself. He's going to have to find a printer. He's going to have to find a publisher. He's going to have to find a binder. Yo, we're going to try and cut him at every fucking angle, or her. Do you understand? They know who's who. They got a whole medical file. More time, they know who you are before you do. They know who's who, and they got algorithms and stuff on certain people. It's not just me. They know who the fuck I am. They know who Socrates is. The last time they had to kill me, they said, yo, you turning all the fucking youths against us. This is what the elite said, if you want to call them Kabbal. The same Kabbal that we have today, their ancestors. They was like, nigga, you fucking turning the whole city against us and exposing our fucking shit. You understand? You a fucking, they see me as a Greek. You a Greek, and you trying to like put your allegiance in Kemet and that. Remember, I'm not Greek. I was just incarnated. So they killed me, man. They chopped my fucking head off. My name's in the history book. Hold on. So they know who's who, yeah? But when we have certain missions, according to how we lived our life previously, we can earn a certain type of spiritual protection from the psychic realm. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, because of all of the, because every time I came in this incarnation, spare one, I was an author. One mission, I didn't need to be an author because it was short, yeah? And I just came to chop up somebody. But in every other mission, I've come as a book writer. So in this mission here, I remembered I was a book writer when I was about, let's say about 18. I'm going through all this information, taking myself out of all this religious shit, where I'm already like, yo, I want to write a book, man. I've just got this urge. I want to write a fucking book, my own book. I don't know how I'm going to write it. I don't know where the fuck to start with it. What I'm going to say, nothing. I'm going to write a fucking book. Stuff like that. You was already a writer in previous life. You brought that gift into this life. I was already a musician. You understand? I brought them gifts into this life. I was already a seer where I can create with my thoughts and visions. I brought this into this life. Some of us bring our gifts and never access it. We never open the present and find out who the fuck we are. We believe what the world told us. Oh yeah, my name's Gemma, or my name's John, or my name's Paul, or my name, you're not, nigga, you're not none of them. That's just your avatar. That's just a vehicle for you to experience in this realm. Yeah. So some of us have protection around us. I always tell people I've got 1,000 ancestors behind me. Most of them are elementals. Do your own study on what an elemental is. The elementals, you don't want to play with me. You don't want to bad mind me. You don't want to send evil energy towards me. You don't want to have bad intentions for me. Because if I say to my gang, listen, make sure that person has some fuck up experience. I kid you not. And I don't say it often, but there have been times where I'm like, yo, this person has done me so dirty. I want this to happen to this person, and they fuck the person up. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I don't even practice that shit unless I'm like, yo, this is my last resort. Go and take these niggas off me, man. They don't play with me. I have elementals around me. I got alchemists around me, man. I got beings that vibrate to the 8th and 9th density around me. They don't play with this shit. This is their mission as much as it is mine. I'm just a fucking means to an end for them. I'm just a vehicle where they're doing this mission through, because they can't fucking interfere. They have to interfere from within. Yeah. So some of these beings around me are my own family bloodline who already knew, yo, I can't wait till sun comes. When sun comes, is, yo, we're going to have a fucking field day. We're going to expose lies. We're going to fucking create ripples in space-time. And just from us being us, in our divine power, in our 9th incarnation, it's going to activate other people. Even though I'm going to have the most hardest spiritual test ever, to do with my children, and to do with love, and to do with relationships, and to do with losing friends. I have 4 or 5 friends that died in my childhood, 1 cousin and 4 friends. And so I was taught about death from early, like, bastard, Shane's really gone. He's dead, man. You understand? I had experiences that had to mold me into who I am now. I had certain shits would have broke people. People would have been broke. They would have lost their mind looking at 25 years in jail and fucking what, 28 years old and that. People would have gone. They would have not come back from where I've come from. And they told me, they was like, yo, this is a high risk thing. You might not fucking make it. You might have to come back 3 or 4 times before you fucking settle in on this one. This is serious. So we ain't even got time to fuck about. So forgive me sometimes if I come across like I'm being arrogant or I'm being short with people. I'm dark and light. I have a side of me that's like, yo, fuck everyone and fuck this. Let me just get this done and fuck off. I hate everyone. I hate the world. Rare. And the other side of me is that love and light shit. Like, yo, I love everyone. I want to fucking help everyone. Yeah, I'm being serious with you. You get me? The authorities know who we are, man. And sometimes if we're really, I don't want to say the word blessed, but you know what I mean, then we have there's more of one in your family. So sometimes it's you and you find a couple cousins who you're like, yo, that my man's on this thing. And you can relate. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's timing me out on Instagram. I've not got long left, so I'm going to take this as a time to done, and I'm going to close it on YouTube. If you want to join for the closer, you can. If you don't want to, thanks for tuning in on Instagram. Share this message, yeah? But yeah, guys, this is basically what I'm saying, yeah? The authorities know who we are. We are our ancestors reborn. We are our ancestors' wildest dreams, man. We've got to utilize this opportunity to find out who we are, yeah? Discover who we are, yeah? And be that. Be yourself, because then you'll come into your fucking purpose, into your divine purpose. Let me just post this before they fucking make it go missing, because the last time I just had it there and the phone closed. And then when I opened the phone, the thing's just gone. And it was a good one as well, just gone. You get me? Anyway, let me close this for you, yeah? Yeah, so even certain family members may be volunteers too. You might not find a lot of them. Yeah, it's rare that there's more than one in a family, but it does happen where certain families have more than one of these volunteers, man. My family got more than one of them. You get me? And also in your own guardian angels, your own spiritual team, you can have family members who chose to become one of your guardians to watch over you. I feel like my grandma, my grandma and granddad behind me in this picture here. My granddad died in 2014. He was 94, same as Mandela. And then my grandma, she died last year at 99. So they watch over me. I know 2 of them are my spiritual guardians. So I've always kept this little booklet just here, because the way they look at me, and they're both different. My granddad's like really proud, and my grandma's really suspect, like, what the fuck you up to? Yeah, so it reminds me of my team and how they've now joined the fucking team to watch over us. Because since they went up and ascended, there's so much good things that have happened to my family. Yo, just on the timing, where even my mum now, the fact she's on holiday and stuff, me and her was like, yo, this is grandma and them, you know. They went up there and rolled up the sleeves like, okay, let's move some shit around. And shit started working differently, yeah? So you have certain family members as a part of your team that work as guardian angels also. Do you see what I'm saying? I've got 1,000 of them. All of them are not family, yeah? But I've got 1,000 of them, and I'm very proud of it. So you always hear me bragging about it, yeah? Because it's dear to me. Because that's what got me like, yo, be confident. There was like, you got 1,000 people behind your pen that want to speak through your hands, nigga. Yo, you need to push these books. This is when I first started writing, thinking, how am I going to write this fucking book? How's it going to turn out? You understand? Now I'm looking to release book 6. Well, I started publishing in 2018. So now it's coming to my 5th year. You understand? Right, what's the next? Everyone is someone in history. You are somebody in history. Find yourself and be that. Be, just be. And from being, you'll step into becoming, because you'll become your real true self, your essence. And the essence of you remains in every incarnation, because that essence is the essence of your consciousness, your vibration. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Find yourself and be that. Forget other people. Forget what everybody else is doing. What are you doing? Find yourself inside of you, because you are the God you've been waiting for. You got all the answers, and it doesn't matter if people say, "Oh, that Jeff Ray thinks he's this," or "He said he's such." They don't matter. Other people's opinions don't matter. Your opinion and your view about you is what matters. How you speak to yourself, that matters. We've seen how creation happens by sound. Yeah, your sound, the things you tell yourself, what is that creating in you? Is it creating beautiful, sacred geometry that allows your life to prosper and feel fulfilled and progress? Or are you creating a fucking chaos? Are you creating your own blockages? Are you creating your own problems? Are you projecting shit that ain't even fucking real? And you just become one of those persons that's just in your own way. You're blocking your own way. You can't get past, because it's not a next man or some enemy. You're blocking your way. And more time it's because we won't revisit. I'll get there. Past traumas. Yeah. Let me go there now. Yeah. Let me just wrap this up. Yeah. Everyone's someone in history. Many of us have come back many times before. I'm here to lead you back to yourself. That's why I'm telling you, find yourself and be that. Nobody can find you for you. You might find yourself at the bottom of a bottle. I have before. I lost myself. And when I finally found myself, I was in the bottle of a fucking Heineken bottle. Like, bastard, son, I need to wait. What the fuck am I doing? You might find yourself homeless, or find yourself in a fucking rubbish heap, or find yourself pregnant, yeah? Or find yourself shot, or find yourself without a job. You understand what I'm saying? But find yourself. Do that for me. Fuck everybody else. Fuck every story in the media. Find yourself, yeah? Because the desire to know yourself will end all your fucking desires. You will have no more questions. This shit won't be a mystery no more. Yeah? I'm here to lead you back to yourself. You were formed in the stars, your cosmic origin, as a consciousness that wanted to express itself beyond the Rakia. And Rakia is Hebrew. It means firmament. Beyond the dome, man. Beyond the fucking asteroid belt. Beyond the firmament, bro. Sis? You understand? That's where we was fucking born, in Lyra, in Illuin. Yeah? And a lot of us are joining groups. Yeah? And using this word group. This group, Telegram group, Instagram group, this group. Fuck a group. What about a team? Because in a group, you don't have to do shit. You don't even have to pull your weight. But as a part of a team, it's not just a fucking group. Every team player got to be a team fucking player. Everybody got to pull some type of fucking weight or add something to the fucking team, so the team can prosper, so the team can work, so the team can sync. Yeah? Fuck off the word group, especially with this social media thing. Group. Fuck a group, nigga. Team. Find your team. First find yourself and be that, and then your team will find you. How about that? They'll find you because you found who the fuck you are. It took me a while to find who I was. Man, I had blockages all over this bitch. I still have some. Like I said, this is not no fucking peaches and cream, no bed of roses. This is all day, every day, fucking 24/7, 365 days a fucking year, no time off, no fucking reward. Yeah? Beyond the rakia, man, or if you want to say beyond the ice wall, however way you want to see it. Find yourself, man, so you can fucking pull your team, your soul fam around you, because they'll find you. Speak your truth. Open your throat chakra. You understand? Speak out on certain issues. Yeah? Use your fucking social media. You got tools. Use the bastard. Make all of us sing off the same fucking hymn sheet so they can't fucking deal with all of us. It's a whole wave. It's like a tidal wave. Stop hiding from yourself. Yeah, because you are the fucking earth. You are the universe. You are the gods. A lot of these golden children, a lot of us, when we come here, how they get us to fuck up is through sex, drugs, sensuousness, always looking for the next high. Yo, where are we going? That dance was wicked. Where's the next dance? Okay, that dance is done. Where's the next club? Okay, what we doing this week? What we doing this week? What we doing next week? What we doing next? It's all fucking sensuousness. Don't get lost in that sensuousness, always having to have some kind of high, some kind of thrill. Nigga, be all right doing fuck all. I'm all right sat down in my room, in my house, fucking door locked. I'm nice. I don't need to find a club. I don't need to find a girl. I don't need to find a fix. I don't need to find a thrill. This is enough for me, nigga. I'll smoke weed and read my fucking book. You understand? That's what I'll do. Or work on my book. Or create some new music. Or create something. You know what I'm saying? But you don't always have to be looking for the next hype, the next fix. You get me? Sensuousness is one of our enemies. They kill us with addictions. A lot of us come as golden children and we have addictions and we let these addictions fuck us up. Weed is mild. I'm glad I smoke weed. There's niggas out here, I'm talking about golden children. They're crackheads. You understand? They on fucking heroin or acid or spice black mamba. Yeah? Yo, addictions, man. Sniffing glue or whatever. Yeah, because like I said, this ain't no love and light shit. A lot of us that come here fail. A lot of that's why they have to send so much of us. All of us ain't making it. Most of us are ending up druggies and ending up homeless. And you walk by and you think that's a nobody. That's probably a fucking golden child. You understand? That just broke down in this depression. They went so deep into this knowledge without doing the work on yourself. That's what I'm saying to some of you. You can't just take in all this information, Balenciaga, child sex, adrenochrome, reptilians, fake history, fake religion. If you don't turn and confront yourself and go and revisit past traumas and shit, yeah? Yo, people break down. I've seen it. People kill themselves. People dash themselves in front of a car or a train. I got a friend who dashed himself in front of a train, man. Fuck this, son. Yo, have you heard about my man? My man's dead, rap. What do you mean dead? Why he threw himself in front of a train? That type shit. You understand what I'm saying? You have to spend as much time off this social media, off this knowledge shit in you. Yeah, what do I need to confront about myself? What flaws in my character do I need to fix? What traumas in my past have I not confronted and not addressed and not allowed myself to process and heal? How is that affecting me now? Me. How does it affect my interaction with other people now? How does it affect my relationships with women? You understand? How does it affect my relationship with my children or my parents? A lot of us don't do that. We avoid that. We look at everything else in other people. We don't want to look at that. We don't see that as spirituality. Spirituality is flower power. Love and light. Namaste. That's not no fucking spirituality. That's some hippie shit, bro. So they get us with stuff like that. These fake spirituality, fairy shit. Addictions, drugs, sensuousness, love, relationships. Yeah, a lot of starseeds have got fucking caught and stuck by ending up with the wrong fucker. It happens, man. Letters end up with the wrong address, the full package. You know what I'm saying? It happens with souls. They end up with the wrong person. I got fear of that because I know people, fellow souls, that ended up with the wrong person and they're not the same again. Half of them, I don't know, it's just gone. Yeah. Come off of your, make sure you're dealing with your karma. If you got karma, you need to deal with that shit for yourself, by yourself. You need to deal with the karma, man. You need to apologize to people, apologize to them, apologize. If you need to apologize to yourself, apologize to yourself, but find yourself and forgive yourself, man. And wipe your slate clean and believe in you. As much as you believe in voting or the government or your job or your fucking, believe in you. Because I'll tell you this now, I'm not surprised by none of this shit I do. Because like I've just had this intimate discussion with you, I believe in me more than anybody. I know I'm going to be successful. I am already successful. And I'm going to make the world see what my version of successful means. And I'm going to graft it out so that at the time I can say, bastard, I worked hard for this. My 9th cycle, I loved it. I'm going to be in the fucking different world speaking about, yo, I had 9 cycles on Earth. In the 9th cycle, it was tough, but I smashed it. I turned that shit around. They tried to lock me down for life and finish my 9th cycle in a fucking jail, Victorian jail for 25 years. Nah, nigga, I fucking rose. I turned myself into the God when everybody thought, yo, he's finished. You understand? I never thought I was finished. I told myself in jail, I'm getting out of this shit. I never knew how, but I knew I'm fucking getting out of this shit. Nigga, you know who the fuck I am? This jail ain't powerful enough to hold me. This jail will fall the fuck down trying to hold me in here for 25 years. Nigga, all of us gonna die. That's how I was thinking. When I get out here, I'm gonna be an author and I'm gonna sell books. And I'm not gonna fuck around and get sucked into music and girls, and I don't give a shit about fashion or none of that shit no more. I'm gonna be so different. My own family gonna have to learn me again. They're gonna have to reintroduce themselves. They're gonna say, bastard, this he might have been a whole nother new nigga. That ain't San. You understand? Evolve so much, people have to learn to get to know you again. Because you ain't the same person as you was last week or the fucking month before. If you are, you're dead. The conjure is closed, man. Go and listen to Rod Hayes' lectures when you get a chance. Now that you've digested this lecture, the conjure is closed. And Rod Hayes will tell you what I mean when I say that. Yeah, it's closed. It's now time for you to step into your power and for you to remember, put it back to fucking together. Who are you? What if I asked you, who are you? You're going to tell me your name. No, nigga, who are you? What are you about? Or you, woman, who are you? What are you about? Yeah? Tell me, like, fill me in. Find yourself. Define yourself. You understand? Because we're all someone in history. Some of us are small characters, but no one's small. When I say small, I mean you might be someone that's unknown in history. So what? You are somebody in history. Everybody's not going to be a fucking Memnon or a fucking Socrates or an Imhotep or a fucking... some people will just be who they were. But find you. This is what I'm trying to say. I've always been with this music, speaking, book writing shit, man. I'm a warrior spirit. You understand? I am Ningizida. I am Socrates. I am Jedefre. I am Memnon. You understand? I am Sanchez. And I've come here for you to be a servant for the people, not to be a leader, not to be a tyrant, not to sell snake oil, not to self-gratify, but to provide you with certain spiritual weapons of information that makes it damn near impossible for you to be tripped up in this system, in this scamdemic, by any fucking being that doesn't have your best interest at heart. They won't be able to catch you. Right. So I'm done. Let me say this. Some men are not supposed to genetically continue. Why do I say that? The way Mother Nature makes men and women, all men want the prettiest woman. They want a nice, busty, curvaceous, pretty, all men. If they tell you different, they fucking lying. Because Mother Nature told me they're lying. And it's the same for a woman. All women, they want the strongest man, the most handsomest man, the most richest man with status or whatever. You can say what you want, woman. Yeah? That's how you're built. Yeah? So the way that nature works is there's nothing wrong with it. Nature did that to ensure that humanity, the best of humanity, keeps on going. Do you understand? The genes, the best genes keep on continuing. But what we found, the way that a woman is wired, yeah, we had to bring monogamy in. We had to do that as men. Don't get it twisted. Otherwise, certain men wouldn't have had no fucking woman. They wouldn't have got laid. They wouldn't have got no pussy or nothing. They wouldn't have got nothing. As I said, certain men, nature doesn't want them to continue. They don't really have a fucking role. They're making up numbers. And the same can be said for women. Some women ain't meant to breathe. Some women go through life and don't have no children. They're not meant to fucking have children. Mother Nature chooses, okay, we want you to continue, so we're going to give you a daughter. If you get a daughter, they definitely want you to continue, because that's what's going to make you continue from the mitochondria DNA, yeah? But if you have a daughter and son, they definitely want you to continue. They're like, bastard, we need another Jedefre, yeah? We need another Jedefre. That's why certain men, like in society, the prominent roles that we needed another one of them, we made sure they had more than one wife. So we was like, Pharaoh, you can have 50 wives. Nigga, we need another one of you. We can't even afford that you die and you ain't fucking made an heir. So we're going to throw women at you. Huh? You unmarried here? Throw into the fucking Pharaoh. Because we're going to ensure that he's replaced. So our society can continue. Our culture can continue. As I said, we was nation builders. So we came up with bastard. Certain men are useless. They ain't no fucking use to our community or our society. They like counterproductive. Mother Nature might not choose to extend the life of that person. Mother Nature might, it's different now because there's so much manipulation. Mzungu society is made artificial. So they manipulate everything, family planning, all types of shit. Yeah. But what I'm saying, left to nature, nature's taking certain niggas out. Like, yo, we don't want that person to fucking continue. And so in order for that person to continue when nature's against them, they have to be against nature. And they have to keep using artificial stuff to prolong themselves, because if they left it to nature, nature will wipe them out. Example, Mzungu, Canaan, he never had no daughter. Like I told you, if nature wants you to continue, really it's about a daughter. So he had 11 sons. If you read about the 12 tribes of Israel, there weren't no 12 tribes. There was 13 because there was a woman. They had a sister. Her name was Dinah. So there was 13 tribes. Okay, the Elohim want these niggas to continue because they gave him a whole daughter. Yeah, it's the same with Ishmael, the tribes of Ishmael. He had a fucking daughter, and they called her Dinah too. So that was 13 tribes of Ishmael. And the same with the Midianites. Midian had a daughter. So they was 13 tribes of Midian. But now you get to Canaan. They didn't even give him 12. They're like, nigga, 11 sons, that's it. There's no fucking daughter. So if you don't get a daughter, nature really don't want you to continue, because the MD DNA, that's the DNA. Yeah. So your daughter carries the DNA more than your son. They turned it around with that Bible shit, them patriarch niggas. Yeah. Hebrew Israelites, fucking Muslims, Christians, none of them niggas are matriarchal. So they spun that around and hid the truth about the mitochondrial DNA and the Eve gene. You understand? And they try and go on like the man's more important, but it's not. It's the woman. But my point of just saying that last point before I finish was all men are not supposed to continue genetically. They're not supposed to have children. Nature don't want them to fucking continue. Just like nature might say, yo, Sabertooth, you're done. You're extinct, pal. Or fucking Dodo, you're done, mate. And you know what? New guy, what we're going to call it? Sabertooth fucking bear. You're in. Yeah? Mother Nature runs this shit, not no Mzungu. They out here trying to save the tigers and save this and save that. Nigga, Mother Nature want them gone, they gonna go. If she want to bring them back, she gonna bring them the fuck back. It's the same with humans. If she don't want you to fucking have a seed, you ain't having no fucking seed. Whether she makes you infertile or whether she makes it that none of your relationships produce no fucking child, she gonna make sure you don't have no fucking child. And if she wants you to have a child, you could plan, bastard, I ain't never having no fucking children. You fuck around and have 10. Because Mother Nature said, yo, I need some children out of your ass, nigga. I need them genes. You recycle them bitches. Yeah? People think this is a joke. Right, and my last point is just to reiterate, because that was totally separate than the live, yeah? That had nothing to do with this reincarnation shit. I just, when I finished bullet pointing this, something came to my head like, bastard, just mention that, because I started thinking about it. How so many men that are not supposed to continue now because of how society is. So you got all these fuck-ups, these drips, man, Taylor sperms and shit that, yeah? And they just traumatize the fucking women. And it's the same with certain women. They ain't supposed to have children the way they treat niggas over their children and shit that. They traumatize niggas. And I was just thinking about it. But anyway, lastly, yeah, as I was saying, this life ain't about no love and light hippie shit, man. This shit here will make you pull your fucking hair out. Real spirituality will destroy you. It first has to destroy all the fucking lies and everything you're not. It's not going to hurt you, but it hurts. Because everything you thought you was and all this shit about God or religion, you have to let it go. It's not no nice shit. You're going to hear, oh, you was right and everything's like fucking Aladdin and yo, sparkle, float through the sky. Fuck all that. Nigga, you're going to have snots in your face, tears in your eyes. You're going to feel like no one don't fucking understand you. You can't associate with no one. You don't want to be around your friends. You wish you just had a fucking time where you could just be on yourself for a minute. You got to find yourself. You feel worthless. You feel shit. You feel demotivated. You even feel crazy after how people are dealing with you and reacting to you and how you see, you feel like you're fucking crazy. That's real spirituality. Real vivid, tear your ass up spirituality. It's not a fucking bed of roses, man. It's not peaches and cream and love and light. Yeah, when your third eye is ripped open and you start seeing beyond this matrix, my bastard politics, yo, Satanism, yo, Alpha Draconian Reptilian, yo, adrenochrome, child fucking sex, yo, everyone's in on it, Valencia, yo, the silence of the people. Oh shit, they're censoring me all the time. I can't even speak. Nigga, you're gonna be like, yo, buried under the fucking rocks. A lot of us reincarnate and have to keep reincarnating because we can't fucking get through it. You reincarnate and fuck up, reincarnate and fuck up, reincarnate. Some of us have been here 20, 30 times, man. This is how bad it is on earth. Can't escape, can't ascend. Just being recycled, man. Caught up in sex, caught up in scandal, caught up in drugs, caught up in fucking killing or whatever it is. Yeah, that shit. Most people, it leads you to fucking depression and boredom, man. When you go through that cognitive dissonance, yeah, until you take the decision, I'm going to rebuild my mind. I'm going to rebuild my mind. I'm going to rebuild my principles. I'm going to rebuild my identity. And that's a decision you take from within, a conscious decision. No one around you to hold your hand or to explain things for you. You have to confront yourself. You have to be able to look at yourself and say, I love you, man. You're still standing, rude boy. I thank you for getting me to this fucking point. Man, I don't regret nothing. It was all lessons. Yeah, it was lessons for me. You understand? And these lessons were challenges, challenging me to bring forth my God self and to conquer my animal nature and to be beneficial, to be useful to the cause and to what's going on in society, in the world, not just useful to myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the message I wanted to give to you guys. Yeah. Based off, I posted a video of Nipsey Hussle telling people, yo, yeah, I'm direct descendant of Selassie. My whole family knew it. We was told since we were children. We direct descendants of Haile. That is Haile fucking Selassie. Go and look at the nigga's face again. Look at him and compare him to Haile Selassie, man. It's the fucking geezer's reincarnated himself through his own bloodline to shore up. And I think he did a great job. He was supposed to be someone who leads us to death. And people like that, they didn't. They turned that shit around. And they had a fucking vendetta. Big price was over people's then kind of man their head. These cabal are like, yo, lick my man down, I'll give you 40 million. Yeah? Pick the right time and lick my man down. So when we find out, bastard, there's a hit on my man, you know, yo, extract him. Nipsey Hussle died today in rare. Somebody came outside his fucking store and shot him. Nigga, do you really trust in the Most High? Sadiq Allahu El Azim, trust in the Most High, the Supreme. Do you understand? Or are you more in your fear? Like, bastard, everything's just, they've got the power. Oh yeah, they killed him. They, when you hear people keep saying they, oh, they're gonna get you, you know, they, who's fucking they? I don't know him. I've never heard of him. Who is they? You keep telling me about this dude named they. I don't know him. That's what you need to tell people. I don't give a fuck about they. Let me tell you, do you know Anu, the Most High, Elyoin? Fuck they, nigga. Yeah. And with that, that's the end of the fucking line. Right? So let me see. I don't know why I don't get questions or anything. Maybe I shouldn't ask for that shit anyway, because if I do, it might just become funny. Salute to Melinda. Salute to Ankare, Sanarumun, and Sanor, amen. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, my Mexican Californian sister. Is the screen still black now? Are you serious? Fuck it anyway. It's on Instagram. I'm done.